This content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill no one.
Wait a second.
Oh, no.
We return to our planet. The High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of SeptumSin vs. the World. I'm SeptumSin, and today we're showing you what I got. So this is the last of our April ones. Hopefully, in the next group of pickups, you'll see me with a little bit more of a voice. I'm hoping that it is. It's dying here. This is the last of them, so you can definitely tell that if you have been listening. So we're going to start with one that I had to get. I hooked it up around the time that Disney Movie Club ended and Disney stopped making their own physical media, and that was the Swiss Family Robinson. Now, I picked this up at a Barnes & Noble. I just wanted to get this. I saw it, and I was trying to get as much Disney as I could on DVD or Blu-ray, and it's one of those where they make fun of it. They land on this island and they create all these weird devices and stuff, and I'm kind of glad to check it out. It's this 1960 film, and I've never seen it, but I've heard that I should. This next one is a Daniel Radcliffe film called Swiss Army Man. It's about this kind of guy, almost Inspector Gadget type guy, and I've seen a little bit of this film. It looks hilarious. I don't know much about it, but Daniel Radcliffe is actually a pretty good actor. You shouldn't judge the Harry Potter movies for that. And he likes to do a lot of weird stuff, and I've heard this one is exceptionally weird, and I do really want to check it out. It's been on my list for a while. One I have checked out and may or may not lose is Swamp Woman. Now, this is a Gator Blade Films, which I do like. Gator Blade Films, great people. This is about it's a very much a swamp thing, about a woman who falls into a experiment and then becomes Swamp Woman and seeks revenge. I do need to check it out again, just to double check, but it may be leaving the collection. I'm not gonna lie. Now, speaking of Swamp Thing, we have the sequel of Swamp Thing, which is the Return of Swamp Thing. Again, similar to Swamp Woman. This one was one I liked a lot as a kid, but did not get the love that the first one did. MVD did do a release of this, so now I have both films on Blu-ray, and I need to rewatch them. I thought the makeup was amazing, and probably some of the best comic book movies of its time. Swamp Thing is one definitely that is underrated. If you haven't seen it, you should. So this next one here is Suzume. Suzume, I think I have seen. Suzume's journey begins when she meets a young man looking for a door. Following him, she finds one and reaches for the knob and opens a door across Japan, unleashing destruction. Now, she must close them in order to prevent further destruction. I don't remember. I swear I have seen this. This is a film by an acclaimed director, and it's been one of those that needs to be seen. It's not as good as some of the other films I've heard, but I may have seen it already. I may have. I just can't remember. Now, one that's a trauma film, which I can't help but get it for the name, which is Surf Nazis Must Die. In the wake of a killer earthquake, the beaches of California have been taken over by vicious neo-Nazi punks. No one can halt the megalomaniac reign of Adolf and his stiletto-heeled, leather-clad Eva until they pick on the son of Eleanor Mama Washington. Now she's out for revenge. I love the title. It may be garbage, but Trauma doesn't really do, well, Trauma does garbage, but good garbage, if you know what I mean. Now, this one is actually a classic film. This is a Kino release, and suppose they gave a war and nobody came. So, this one has let's see here. It's a comedy. It's similar to The Russians Are Coming. A lot of this is a Cold War paranoia. Again, you kind of have to be alive at the time to understand that. And I am curious about it. Like anything, these Cold War era films are entertaining to watch. So this next one is Superman the Complete Series. I think I got this from Dane originally when he was selling a lot of things. I watched some of this when I was younger, along with the Batman animated series. I think the art style suited Superman better than Batman, with the big chin, but I need to see it. Again, I haven't watched any episodes, but I've heard they're really good. Very good quality animation. But it's been since I was a teenager. Now this here is the Superman 80th Anniversary Collections. It's a movie collection with a lot of Superman, similar to the Batman ones, for animated collection. So we have Superman Shazam, Return of Black Adam, not that Black Adam. Superman Doomsday, All-Star Superman, Superman Batman, Public Enemy, Superman vs. the Elite, Superman Batman Apocalypse, Superman Unbound, and Justice League vs. Teen Titans. I had a lot of these, about half of these on individuals, so this is a big space saver right there, because even with half of them, it takes up more space than this does. And it got me a whole bunch of other ones. I've seen everything on here, and most of them are bangers. Most of DC's animated stuff, it's usually a banger after banger. So speaking of bangers, this is one I ended up going ahead and getting. I paid more than I should have because they were scalped all to hell, and that is the new Superman 4K Ultra Steel book. This is the James Gunn Superman. Now, there's always a lot of issues. People who really love the Henry Cavill Superman just hated on this because it wasn't Henry Cavill, and hated on this because it wasn't a broody, dark Superman. They really loved that concept that Zack Snyder kind of put forward. But me, I've always looked at Superman as I'm more of a fan of the older ones that were out there, and I've read a lot of the comics, I'm a fan of the comics. And to me, in this day and age, though I didn't mind Man of Steel, I still wanted more of a hopeful, upbeat. I didn't really need the downbeat, dark, gritty that DC was kind of portraying at the time. And James Gunn delivered for me. It's a feel-good movie. It makes you feel better about things, makes you want to love each other. The message is great, especially for these times. If you haven't checked it out, you really should. If anything, even if you're one of those that says, I don't want to support it because, my Superman is always going to be Man of Steel. The Snyder universe needs to be reborn. It's never going to be reborn because Snyder has said, no, I'm done with it. I'm never coming back to it. So, if anything, you owe yourself to just check it out. If you don't like it, then that's fine. But just check it out. See what you think. I really loved it. It was an amazing movie, and I look forward to seeing more from the Gunniverse. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and share. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
SeptumSin versus the world. It's that place for all the boys and girls. You'll feel real safe, you'll feel real warm. It's a cozy place to ride out the storm. SeptumSin. SeptumSin and his best boy Jake. See the trends that scare us every day. Physical media is going to the side. Doctor streaming will rule the world.